Ladies and gentlemen, you'll soon be able to play a demo and hop on with your mates. Getting to the stage wasn't easy considering how I was on another continent for a month, with only my potato for a laptop, and the sudden unexpected changes to my networking code whilst I was gone. But hey, we got it done despite the flooding. I'll show you how we did it. Remember how I said I wanted to implement manual drifting and speedrunning? Yeah, that might take a lot longer than I thought. Guys, I may be stupid. Do you ever wonder why it took so long to get this video out? Firstly, I had exams, most of which went very well, but we don't talk about maths. And two, I've subconsciously been breaking the programming commandment number 1. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
For those who care, I've been trying to create a new data type to sync player lap values such as like the number of laps and the lap times instead of just storing them in the server and having clients access them. As such, I've been metaphorically slamming my head at the desk for weeks and needlessly surfing through ancient blog posts for an answer sitting right in front of me the whole time. Network lists. That and simply turning off one of my colliders.
Funnily enough, as is with the case with many other such fresh ideas, this revelation only came to me when I should have been sleeping.
Alright, so obviously you might be noticing I've been able to do a bunch of other pretty cool shots. Not this one in particular, this one I'm just using my phone in my hand, but for some of the other ones, I'm basically using this tripod and this new mouse, both of which I have recently invested in and totally worth it.
Well, invested is kind of a strong word.
What did he say?
A better way of putting it would be skipping a maths lecture to go get a £30 Amazon voucher and then using that to acquire the said items. Cause well, if I could get it for free, why am I paying for it?
As for this mouse, like honestly, I swear it's the nicest thing I've ever touched in my life. Like,
I'm sorry, my baby. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. So cool, this is me literally just right after the exams now, and so what I'm working on is this monstrosity, which essentially just, it's kind of the functionality which actually allows you to leave a game once you're done, so that, let's say, last place fails to finish the race for whatever reason, right? And it's a race, or if it's even like the last one of the Grand Prix, we just want to basically shut off the lobby, and so that's what this is currently doing. So I'm going to try to figure out how to do that, make sure that works a-okay, and well, once I get that sorted, we'll be able to hop on to the UI. Yep, so even without manual drifting being implemented just yet, which I will get up in a later build, I still need to find a way for you controller players, at least those of you who have a controller hooked up to your PC, I need to be able to find a way for you guys to play as well. Reason why is I'm going to upload this build as a .exe on, let's say, itch, probably, or the Discord, which I should probably make. But the reason for that is, well, this. I can't do this. I am a simple man, just like you.
You're not that guy.
I can't do that. That? No, no. No, absolutely no, not yet. I'm not built for that.
Stop the cap.
If you're doing that, you're built different. I am not built different. Alright, so, what have I been up to then? That's where the tutorial comes in. Not just any tutorial, but an interactive one. Because just planting a video or a word wall in front of the user is just plain lazy. For the time being, what that entails will be a dedicated basic track designed for you to get the ropes of the game. I could also make a playground for the game, but I'll do that later. Like designing the few tracks which I already have, plus a secret one, which I plan to release in a future development build, those have already taken me way too much time to create. I don't want to leave you guys waiting for another couple of months for the next video to drop, so yeah. For now it's a one-way track which you cannot complete without already knowing the controls, or just looking up to the guidance video if you need any help. Okay, so what about the UI? In my honest opinion, it looks good, but apparently not to literally every other game developer that I know.
Infinite shame, huh?
Infinite shame.
How come?
I'm disappointed. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed.
So, what's wrong with this? I don't know. If you ask me, this thing looks crispier than fried chicken, but hey, I'm gonna trust the guys who've been in this field a lot longer than I have. So, what I need to do is essentially figure out how on earth I'm gonna turn this into the masterpiece, which hopefully you're also gonna see from it as well. So, what to get from this to masterpiece. So, how exactly am I gonna get from here to here? What exactly is that masterpiece gonna look like? There's only one true answer, and that's Persona 5. I mean, just look at this beauty. Mwah.
It's such a beauty, but why? The use of shaders and 3D objects and menus with motion, all of that creates a menu which breathes life into a game, which is something which my game heavily focuses on. Smooth and energetic activity on and off the track.
Okay, so what UI do I plan on adding? Obviously, we want to first make a great first impression with an amazing start menu. Duh. But obviously not with that. This meant that I had to, or at least chose to, delve into the dirty world of shader programming.
What are shaders, you might be asking? They're those nasty little programs that the game engine is constantly hiding from you, which make basically anything on your screen look nice.
I'm not going to bore you with all this fancy bad stuff, but imagine essentially that your CPU over here, and you got your GPU. So, both of these can both do maths, but your GPU is basically like your CPU. Random cuts! So, this is your beta CPU, which is like, oh, I can only do like, let's say, 100 calculations per second, or some basic number like that. This bad boy, if that's doing 100, this one's going to do like 100,000, or maybe even a million. Basically, this thing, supreme, 1. Now, on your screen, you've got like millions of pixels which you want to use to obviously make you see stuff. The same pixels which are showing me on your camera right now. So, for shaders, if you want to make stuff look nice, we want to talk to this guy because he's the one doing all the heavy lifting, and this is kind of like your lazy boss at work. So, we need to figure out a way to talk to him directly, and that's what our shader does. So we want our shader to, in this case, perform a certain thing to make a certain stylized effect. You might see it with bokeh, you might see it with the water effect, which is kind of something I saw it done, or one of the examples you might have noticed in previous videos, you'll probably notice that one of them was the water shader. Yep, that's a shader, that's me using graphs to tell the computer, oh, I want you to do this to make water, because otherwise it's a pain. And Sigma GPU over here can do that, not this beta CPU. The shader I'm trying to work on in this point in time in particular is the one which will kind of like stylize the car to just flat on go from 3D to 2D, as in how in Persona, once again, managed to get a 3D model of the character and turn that into, well, a PNG, which just happens to match up with the menu because, well, aim for the stars, hit the moon, I guess. Also, quick real talk, you'll probably notice that for some of the stock images and stuff, you won't see the actual project stuff in that yet. That's because, well, if I'm going to be honest, a little bit behind. So I want to basically actually flesh out the things I said I was going to do, so the dynamic obstacles and stuff aren't there just yet, but I'm going to try and get that sorted over the summer, either by buying a new laptop, be that the case, or hijacking whatever computers I can find nearby. Because thankfully, I made the right decision to make this a Unity Cloud project, which means I can access it on other computers if I had access to other computers which could actually process it, not a potato laptop over there. Okay, so even if you're an OG viewer or not, if you're looking for any updates on this channel whilst I'm not able to currently post, I definitely recommend that you check out the Instagram, same handle, Smash, and perhaps in the future, depending on what happens, I might even have a Discord for more detailed interactions between you and I. But in the meantime, we're Smash for now, and of course the comment section. And so I do recommend that you also check out this video here if you're interested in devlogs, or this video here if you're also interested in watching people play games at a particularly low level. And so on that note, I'll see you in the next video.